Hey, my name is Michael. In this video, I want to show you guys how you can rank your HVAC company in the top three of Google Maps. And I'm going to be covering things like optimizing your Google business profile, citations, backlinks, press releases and articles, entity stacks, and geosilos. So first, let's start off with optimizing your Google business profile. In case you don't know what a Google business profile is, it's one of the greatest free marketing tools you can have. So your profile will show up in the Google Map pack whenever someone is looking for HVAC services in their area. So potential customers would be able to view your website, call you, read reviews, and stuff like that. And I made an entirely separate video on how to optimize the Google Business Profile, and it goes into much further detail. But just as a high level overview, the way you optimize it is you want to fill out every section in your Google Business Profile from A to Z, just completely fill every single section out. And you want to add all of your services with descriptions for each service. You want to add all of your services as products and then link them to your website pages that talk about those services. You want to get as many reviews as possible on a consistent basis, and you want to respond to every single one of these reviews, even the negative ones. And it's a bonus if you get the people leaving reviews to include an image in their review. You want to also post photos consistently of things like your brand, your trucks, employees, jobs, and stuff like that. And you want to post at least 4 photos a month on your profile. You also want to create and post at least 4 updates a month. So these are like social media posts on Google. These are super important. You also want to ask and answer 4 questions on the Q&A section per month on your GBP, and you can treat this as an FAQ. So as I've said, I've made a whole different video that goes much deeper into this subject, and I'll link it in the description and in the comments. And unfortunately, in most competitive areas, doing just this won't be enough to rank you in the top 3 map pack, which is what the whole point of this video is. So first, let's talk about citations. In case you don't know what they are, I want you to imagine your business as a person. That person has a name, which would be your business name, an address, where your business is located, and also a phone number. So citations are sort of like online introductions. They're mentions of your business name, address, and phone number on different websites. So you can think of it as like your business card being shared around town. And the reason why citations are important is because Google and other search engines use citations to verify that the business is real and trustworthy. So the more consistent that your NAP, which is your name, address, phone number, the more consistent that information is across the web, the more likely that Google is going to trust your business and rank you higher in the search results, especially for the local searches. And in order to get these citations, you want to gather your name, address, and phone number information. You want to make sure you have this NAP that's accurate and consistent. So any discrepancies can hurt your rankings. Then you want to research online directories. So you want to identify the relevant directories where your ideal customers might look for HVAC services. Then you want to create listings on all of these directories and be as detailed as possible, including all of your business descriptions, services, and hours of operation. Then you want to claim all of these listings as well. So many of these directories are going to allow you to claim your business, and this is going to give you control over the information and often allows you to add photos and respond to reviews. But most importantly, you want to check for consistency. You want to regularly review your listings to ensure that your NAP is accurate, up to date, and consistent across all platforms. And this is absolutely key. You must have the exact same name, address, and phone number across all of your citations. In case you don't know where to submit your citations, I've put together a popular list of citation websites so you can create listings for your HVAC business. So first off, we have some general directories. So this would be like your Google business profile. This is essential for local SEO. You want to claim and optimize your listing. As I said, I have a whole separate video on that. Then you have Bing, Yelp, Facebook, Yellow Pages, Apple Maps. You have all that sort of stuff. And then we also have sort of industry specific directories. So you have Home Advisor, Angie's List, Nectar, Better Business Bureau, local Chamber of Commerce, and that sort of stuff. Then we also have like very niche directories. So if you have HVAC specific websites in your area, you can put your listings on there, and contractor focused directories. And just some additional tips. As I've said, you want to use consistent formatting across all of these listings. And you want to optimize them by including the relevant keywords in your business description and your services. You want to get as many reviews on each listing as possible. And you also want to monitor for duplicates. So if you have a duplicate listing, try to merge them or claim them to avoid confusion. But one of the most important tips that I have for you is to use citation building tools. So there are tools out there where you can automate the process. You want to still manually verify to make sure all the information is accurate, but as you might think from all this information, the citation building process is very tedious. So you might want to get citation building tools in order to speed up the process. Next, I want to talk about backlinks. And just to briefly explain what backlinks are, I want you to think of your own HVAC company. So people love your services and then they tell their friends and family about it, which is what we all know as word of mouth. I want you to think of backlinks as like those recommendations from your customers. So basically, backlinks are links from other websites that point back to your HVAC business's website. So every time another website links to yours, it's like a vote of confidence, which tells Google that your business is valuable and trustworthy. So think of it this way: when you have more backlinks, you have more votes, which results in higher rankings in the search results. But you also want quality backlinks from reputable sources, which would mean they're even more powerful votes. And backlinks matter for a number of reasons. So, just to name a few: trust and authority, visibility, and traffic. Backlinks will always help Google understand that your HVAC business is reliable and an expert in the field. Obviously, the more backlinks that you have, the more visible you're going to be on Google, and from that visibility comes more traffic. So, in short, backlinks are sort of like online referrals, and they help your HVAC business climb the search engine rankings and attract more customers. And now you obviously want to know how to get these backlinks. So, if you think about backlinks from the perspective I just mentioned above, where they're recommendations from other websites to yours, you need to think about how you can get these websites to link to your website. No one's really just going to link to your website for free. Maybe you'll find a few, but that doesn't really make sense. You need to give people a reason to link back to your website. And to do this, you can create helpful, informative content. So, high quality, informative content is the foundation to attracting backlinks. If your content is valuable and it solves a problem, people will naturally want to share it. If you want to focus on local topics as well, so a content tailored to your specific area can attract links from local news outlets, blogs, and community websites. You also want to include visuals and infographics, videos. These are all things that are more likely to be shared and linked to. So now that you've created your helpful content, you need to get that content out there in order to receive links. And you can do this by outreach, which would be manually reaching out to relevant websites and asking them if they would like to post some of your content in exchange for a link. And you can explain how your content is valuable to their audience and provide specific suggestions on how they could use it. And you also want to follow up with everyone who you're reaching out to because persistence is key. Another thing you can do is leverage online platforms. So you have things like social media, online directories, and review platforms. You can share your content on social media platforms to increase the visibility and potential for shares. And ensuring that your business is accurately represented on the directories and encouraging to leave reviews, it all helps to give you that authority. Now, I want to talk about press releases and articles. Press releases are defined as a formal announcement that are sent out to media outlets. So think about newspapers, TV stations, online news websites, and that sort of stuff in order to share important news about your HVAC business. So it's like sending out a news story about your business. So for example, if you're launching like a new service or you won an award or you're opening a new location, you would write a press release to tell the media about that stuff. Articles are a little bit different. They're like a piece of writing that provides information or tells a story. It can be literally anything, but for HVAC businesses, it could be tips for homeowners, explaining how your HVAC systems work, or highlighting a successful project. Articles can be published on your own website, in industry magazines, or on other websites. So the goal is simply to share your expertise and position your business as a knowledgeable authority. And how do you get press releases and articles? You want to make sure that your press releases include headlines, daylines, introductions, body, boilerplates, and contact information. And you want to submit these to the local newspapers, online news outlets, industry publications, and press release distribution services. So these services can distribute your press release to a much wider audience, and usually it's a lot better than just manually submitting it to all these outlets. In terms of articles, you want to write about HVAC tips, company news, customer stories, industry trends, and that sort of stuff. And the places that you want to publish your articles are on your websites, on industry websites, directories, and also social media. And a little bit of tips for both. You want to keep both of these press releases and articles concise and informative. You also want to use strong headlines and subheadlines and include keywords that are relevant to your HVAC business. Next, I want to get into entity stacks. Now, it's going to get a little bit more technical here and geosilos as well, but I want to sort of make it as simple as possible. So Google entity stacks are basically a link building strategy that involve creating and connecting multiple online assets within Google's ecosystem. And this is going to enhance your online presence and search engine ranking. So some example of some Google properties would be like your Google Business Profile, Google Maps, YouTube, Drive, Docs, Sheets, and all the slides. And the way that you sort of link these together, um, so for example, when you're linking your website to other platforms, you can link it to your Google Business Profile, YouTube, and your Google Drive. And you also want to link your Google Business Profile on other platforms as well. So you can link that on your website, you can link that on your YouTube and your Google Maps. You also want to link your YouTube channel to other platforms like your website, Google Business Profile, and Google Drive. And when it comes to internal linking, you want to link your website to different pages and blog posts within your website. And with your Google Drive, you want to link it to other documents within the same folder or drive. Now let's talk a little bit about geosilos. So geosilos are basically a strategy that involves creating content and optimizing your website around a specific geographic location. So for example, for an HVAC business, this means focusing on your city or region. And the goal of a geosilo is to improve your search engine rankings for local search terms. So, for example, if you're an HVAC company in Toronto, you want to optimize your website and content for terms like HVAC Toronto, Toronto furnace repair and air conditioning installation, Toronto, stuff like that. The way you sort of optimize this is you'll need to create content and optimize your website to target your specific geographic area. And this helps search engines understand that your business is a local expert in that area. So here's how you can build some geosilos for your business. First, you start with keyword research. So you identify the relevant keywords and phrases related to your city or region. So, for example, as I said, HVAC Toronto, furnace repair Toronto, that sort of stuff. And you can use keyword research tools to find long tail keywords with lower competition. The next thing you want to do is on page optimization. So, you want to optimize your website's title tags, meta descriptions, and header tags with your target location and keywords. And you want to create location specific pages on your website. So, for example, Toronto HVAC services. And you want to use a local schema markup to help search engines understand your location. Next, you can do content creation, which would be developing content that's focused on your target location. So, for example, the best HVAC systems for Toronto winters, air quality tips for Toronto homeowners. You want to include local references like landmarks or events in your content. Now, the age-old question is how long does it take to actually rank in the top three? And the answer is that it's complicated. I know it's not really what you want to hear, but you can't really put a definitive answer on when you will see results of your ranks increasing. It depends on a lot of things like the competition, your website authority, and consistency. So if you do everything correctly, you can see improvements within 1 to 3 months, but most people see results within 3 to 12 months. What I like to do with the guys that come up to me is I like to rank them in the top three completely for free, which usually takes about 1 to 3 months. Then after they see that result, I let them decide if they want to continue or not. And if that interests you, you can obviously comment below or hit me up on my socials linked below. But other than that, I hope this video has helped. If it has, you can feel free to leave a like, share it with others who might need it. If you have any questions, obviously comment below or DM me on my socials. And if you want a copy of this document, I give away all this stuff for free in my Facebook group. So if you join that, you'll get access to this document. And there'll also be a link for that in the description.